What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Dynamite Harry's Gaming Thoughts. This week we're focusing on something that's just come out recently, something I've been putting a lot of time on, and it is Tempest Rising. Alright then, real-time strategy fans, gather around, because today we're diving into something that might just bring a tear to your eyes. If you grew up playing Command & Conquer and loving it like I did, and no, this isn't some weird mobile spin-off we're talking about, this is something new, but familiar, something that feels like the long-lost sibling of Tiberian's son, Red Alert 2, or Generals. I'm talking about the game Tempest Rising. It's not a remake, not a reboot, but somehow it channels the classic RTS energy better than anything we've had in a long time. The title of this video, Command & Conquer Returns, but under a new name. Well, spoiler alert, the answer might just be a very enthusiastic yes. You know what to do by now though, guys. Smash the hell out of the like button. We're aiming for 20 likes on this video, 2k subscribers before my birthday in July, and leave a comment. Let me know if you've played Tempest Rising, if you're happy to see a return of the Command & Conquer series in another way. Let's get into it. So part one, we're going to be talking about the gameplay and how it feels so much like a Command & Conquer game in a good way. So let's start with the nuts and bolts, the gameplay, the very thing that made Command & Conquer legendary: base building, economy management, tech trees, unit production, and of course the glorious rush or be rushed philosophy. Tempest Rising wastes zero time in getting to that point. You drop a construction yard, you build your power plant, set up refineries, and crank out units from barracks and war factories. And yes, they're almost identical hotkeys to the classic Command & Conquer games, which isn't a bad thing in the slightest. They've taken the recipe and the essence which made Command & Conquer games fantastic, sprinkled in a little bit of their dust, and made Tempest Rising. I mean, just placing the structures feels good. The snap to grid vibe, the satisfying construction, animations, the way the camera moves, it's all smooth, responsive, and it just feels downright good. And then there's a resource system. Instead of Tiberium, with Tempest, a glowing crystalline resource that's both valuable and volatile. Sounds familiar? Yeah. Green crystals equals good, red ones, maybe don't touch those unless you're ready for some chaos. But it's not just a nostalgia chip. Tempest Rising brings in modern tweaks to the classic formula, cover-based infantry mechanics, garrisonable buildings that affect away strategy and fog of war systems, and the reward for scouting and map control. These things weren't always a focus back in the day, but they really elevate the experience. As you can see in the background now, even just the way the map looks, it's fantastic. The lighting and everything is fantastic. This game is awesome, and if you're a Command & Conquer fan, you need to really go and play it. So unfortunately I've had to mute the sound because obviously there is some music going on in the background, but I will give you a little snippet towards the end just so you can see how good the sound is on this game, and it brings back those memories. Now we're getting into the nitty-gritty of what makes a Command & Conquer game, and that is the combat. Because this is where Tempest Rising really plants its flags. Units have a nice weight to them, infantry move like proper squads, tanks roll in with satisfying clunk, and when the action kicks off, it's chaotic in the best possible way. But don't just expect to blob units together and make a victory. This game wants you to think. You can't just throw units at a problem, you have to think around it. Maybe taking your enemy from a different angle, trying to work in using your different abilities and using what makes a unit strong. Infantry can garrison units in structures, giving you control of key areas to the map. There's terrain elevation, line of sight limitations, and unit abilities that require actual micromanagement. You know, like how Command & Conquer should feel if it continued evolving over the years. And add in special units like stealth commandos, anti-air specialists, EMP tanks, drones. It's all designed to force you into decisions. And in a good RTS, decisions under pressure are absolutely everything. Oh yeah, and let's not forget super weapons. They haven't been shown yet, but glimpses we've seen, yeah, they're going to scratch the Iron Cannon nuke button itch real nicely. So the factions, well, to start with, we've got two factions at the moment, and that is the GDF and the Dynasty. While it's still feeling very Command & Conquer at their core, I'd like to see a couple more factions added in the near future. First up, the GDF is the Global Defense Forces. These guys are the classic high-tech military. Think GDI from Tiberian's Son, or the USA in general. It's lots of heavy armour, solid air units, clean-looking structures, you know the vibe. Then there's a Tempest Dynasty, who are a little bit more chaotic. The units are strange, sometimes alien-like, with energy-based weapons, guerrilla tactics, and an eerie tech. These are less refined, more mysterious, and way more fun if you like the weird asymmetric warfare. Each faction plays uniquely. They're not just reskin mirrors of each other. Their kind of asymmetry brings a lot of replayability and opens the doors to deep competitive balance. Now the good thing with these is each time you play a game, you're going to have to think of using different units and moving around and conquering your enemy in a different way, and this is what an RTS game needs to be replayable. Now, it's not just skirmishes this game does well. If you're like me and you love a good single campaign, here's some good news for you. Tempest Rising is delivering a proper handcrafted campaign experience. Not just skirmish matches with objectives slapped on, we're talking stealth infiltration missions, base defense scenarios, all-out warfare, classic C&C style storytelling. Then you've got the full-on briefings, cutscenes and even slightly over top. This is serious business, but also kind of cheesy tone that makes you smile while watching. You want to care about the world, even if it's full of exaggerated villains and heroic cliches. It's kind of RTS campaign that doesn't just teach you the mechanics, it makes you invested. And that's been sorely missed for the genre for many, many years. And I did a video on this saying is RTS games coming back with Tempest Rising previously, and I really, really do think they've hit the nail on the head now the game is out, and I think that this game is going to be massive for us RTS fans. Now, after all of that's been said and done and you finish your campaigns, what else makes an RTS game great? And that is the multiplayer. And for it to have legs, it really needs a solid multiplayer scene. And from what we've seen and what I've played so far, Tempest Rising is aiming for that exactly. Ranked matches, custom lobbies, competitive balancing, it's all being built with you guys in mind and at least a thriving community. There's also full AI skirmish support, so if you just want to boot up the game, build a base and crush your enemies without being rushed by a teenager in South Korea, that's an option too. What I love is it feels more intended for the players who missed the golden age of RTS but wanting a fresh challenge in 2025. And even the easiest difficulty still poses a very good threat, which a lot of games struggle with the AI. A lot of RTS games, when you put the AI on easy, you can just walk past them and they don't even put up a fight. This game really challenges you, even on the easiest difficulty. It makes you think, it makes you want to go and play it again, which is fantastic. Now, as I was talking about, graphics and sound and everything, this game nails it on the head. I'm just going to go silent for a couple of seconds so you can hear what this game sounds like.
Unit ready.
Yes, that's right. It's badass rock music. It's the infantry moving. It's absolutely perfect. Graphically, it's not photorealistically, but that's a good thing. Tempest Rising leans into a stylised look, bold unit silhouettes, crisp UI, terrain that's readable. It prioritises gameplay. And the sound design, chef's kiss as I mentioned there, you can just hear it absolutely fantastically. Units have that classic chatter when you click on them, explosives are punchy in the music, while not Franco Pepe, absolute carries the same spirit. It's dramatic, driving, and really sells a wartime atmosphere. If you close your eyes, you could swear we were back in the golden ages of RTS games, which is fantastic, and that's what I want to come back, and so do you guys. So, in conclusion, the big question, is Command & Conquer finally back? Well, not officially. EA still holds the rights to the name, but spiritually, tonally, mechanically, you know it is. Tempest Rising is the closest thing we've had in years. It's not just a cheap knockoff, it's a love letter to everything that made Command & Conquer great, updated just enough to feel fresh in 2025. Whether you're here for the old school base building, the cheesy campaign moments, the tight tactical gameplay, or just pure vibe of it all, Tempest Rising is shaping up to exactly be what this genre needs. And finally, here we are guys, right at the end. What do you think? Are you ready to jump back into the old school RTS groove? Do you think Tempest Rising will deliver the goods? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk RTS memories, favourite Command & Conquer moments. Are you back in the Tempest or are you back in the GDF? Let me know in the description down below. And hey, if you like deep dives like this and you want more RTS content, hit that like button, slap subscribe, and maybe build a barracks while you're at it. I'm Dynamite Harry, this is Tempest Rising, and remember, control the economy and you control the battlefield.